Today we're going to make a little video over here at my in-laws' house. They're away for a couple days on vacation and I'm in charge, so I have to come over and feed the cats and do all that kind of stuff. So I thought what we'd do is we'd make a little video just searching their yard for coins. Now their house here is actually built probably around 1900, 1910, but it was built on the foundation of an older home that probably, well, it did predate the Civil War because it's on maps. We're going to walk around the yard and look at it before we start detecting, and I'm going to show you a couple of things, like different pieces of pottery and whatnot that I'm seeing already just as I walked around a few minutes ago. And we'll go ahead and get to it. Again, this is like a 1900 house, 1850 foundation. Right behind us on their property was like a house from about the 1760s, so really good old area. I have hunted this yard before, like 20 years ago with an old whites, found a bunch of wheat pennies and kind of gave up on it, so I know there's good stuff here, but I suspect it's going to be buried underneath some of the 1900 stuff. But let's go ahead and give it a shot, if you dare. I think this part of the yard right here might have some of the older stuff, because you can see this part here right here. That definitely predates 1900, and there's some old brick. Looks like really old brick, and you see other pieces of ceramics and pottery and stuff in there. So we might have okay luck down here. I know up around the berms of the house and up in there, last time I was here 20 years ago, I found mostly just wheat pennies. But let's go ahead and get to it. What do you say? Start beeping. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to walk around the yard. I'm not going to wear any headphones because I want you guys to be able to hear it. A little bit of a problem in that the wind's picked up, so I'm going to have to probably stay on this side of the house out of the wind. But I just want you to listen to what's in here, the kind of signals that I'm listening for and that you'll hear. I got it set so that you're going to hear a little bit of the iron, but most of the, you should hear all of the copper and the coins and stuff. That's junk. That's probably something good right there. That's worth digging there. That's definitely worth digging. There's much stuff in here, it gets kind of frustrating after a while. And that's another good signal, 86, 87, so that's probably a penny. It could be little snips of siding too, because this has aluminum siding on it, and that sounds really good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera and bring you over here and let's dig some of these things up. The machine's making a little bit of noise because there's a lot of overhead electrical wires here. Back to the one right behind the camera that is on the side of the house. There's one there and there's a bunch of them out here on the county road. That's why it's making all that trippy noises. Okay, so what I did is I marked 3 signals with rocks. There's a signal here, and a signal there. Right under that rock. That doesn't sound quite as good, but we're going to dig it. And there's one right under that rock. That doesn't sound quite as good. That's the best signal right there. I'm going to go ahead and dig them up. And then we'll do a close-up shot of whatever they are. I just want to speed this along a little bit because it's so windy. I'm just going to dig a little plug. I can see that's a bottle cap. I can see it already. This is probably, could be the same thing actually. Plug. Don't see that one yet. There's the rock right here. Alright. There we go. 3 plugs. Let's go ahead and come on over here. Okay, I got the 3 plugs here. And I think this is, I think it's really chirping. I think this is the bottle cap right here. You can see this bottle cap? I believe that's what we were hearing. And I'll put that in our digging bag. Go to here and look at this one. What do you see? See anything good in there? This one sounded a little shaky too. I don't see anything yet. This little piece of brick or some type of pottery there. Let's go ahead and grab the machine. See what we can hear. There it is. Another bottle cap. So I think we can start ignoring those particular signals. This is probably the same thing, I would guess. Yeah, another bottle cap. Because they sound all about the same. But you can see there's other pieces of metal in here. That's an old, looks like an old razor blade of some kind. Maybe specialized. That's where the holder is to slide it, I guess. But it has hooks on the end, so it must have something to do with, you know, maybe scraping paint or something. I don't know. I've never seen one quite like that. I'll drop that in the bag. We'll go ahead and check the dirt. Yeah, junk, junk, junk. All right, so we'll ignore those signals from now on. No more bottle caps. Okay, so far my plan as the way I was going to do this has not worked out. I'm finding a lot of bottle caps. I mean, they're everywhere out here. It's horrible. But I do have a target over here I just dug up that might be part of a pocket watch. So I got the camera out. This is my little plug that I put in the yard, and you'll see when I'm done, it'll look nice. Anyway, this is what I found. What do you think it is? I think it's a pocket watch. Or part of a pocket watch anyway. And I'm pretty sure there's a little piece here. So, see, you still see little chunks of stuff in here. Oh, that's an oyster shell, maybe. All right, let's run the machine over the hole. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that was it. Pretty sure that's a pocket watch, but I could be wrong. It's really, really heavy, but it does have like gears on it and stuff, so. Nah, I don't think it's a pocket watch. What do you think it is? I don't have a clue. I'm trying to speed this along just a little bit because I'm finding so much junk. So what I did is I got 3 targets up here. I already dug them, but I haven't looked at them yet. And what I'm doing is I just came up along the edge of the sidewalk to see if I could find a wheat penny. But there's something in this clod that I just dug up. We'll come back and get that. Same here. Yep. And there's something over here, but it doesn't sound as good. That's a little shaky sounding, but we'll check that too. All right, let's go get this one first. Okay, so it should be right in this clod right here. Probably be able to see it if we just shake it a little bit. And my in-laws don't care at all about me digging like this, so I don't have to be real careful. And by the time they get home, they won't even know I was out here. Not that that's part of the plan, but okay. There it is. Probably a coin, I would guess, because it must be very flat. Yeah, see, it's a coin. What is it? Looks like a nickel. Is that a nickel? Yeah, it's a nickel. Not even a buffalo nickel. It's a Roosevelt nickel. It's not a Roosevelt nickel. All right, let's see what the date is. How old do you think it is? Well, there's the date. It's a 1947, so that's not too bad. I'll take that. That's what the hole looks like when I'm done, so that doesn't look too bad. All right, let's see what this one is. It's right in the end as well. There it is. It's a penny. What do you think? Is it at least a wheat penny? I hope. Don't know. I'm gonna rub it on my pants for just a minute. It's definitely a wheat penny. You can see the sheaves of wheat there. And I believe it's a 1927, although it could be a 1937. So it's a pre-World War II era wheat penny. Yeah, that's pretty nice. We'll pop that in the bag and we'll check the hole. Make sure there's no more. Nope, no more. And that's the one thing I remember about this yard is there are a lot of wheat pennies. I mean, I probably dug 40 or 50 out of here many years ago. I just kind of gave up after a while, but there should be some silver mixed in. I didn't notice this piece of quartz. Have to keep our eyes open because there are a lot of like Indian arrowheads or points in this area. I found them down by the stream before, so keep your eyes open. Let me know if you see one. This one took me a few minutes to find, but it's just a little piece of a clipping from probably from the aluminum siding. I remember I found a lot of that too, so that's what that is. A little shard of ceramic there. So there could be some old stuff. Well, I know there's old stuff in here. It's just a matter of digging all this stuff first, or with the old stuff. Do you guys like digging wheat pennies? I mean, if you like digging wheat pennies, I got plenty of places we can dig wheat pennies together. This is one of them. I get a little bit bored with them after a while, but I guess there could be something cool in here. So what I did is I went ahead and marked 3 spots and I'm getting signals, and I use that piece of bark there. Here's one. That sounds pretty good. Let's go over to this next one. That sounds pretty good. Not too bad. And here as well. Okay, and I'm just kind of going up along the edge of the sidewalk, hoping to pick off a Roosevelt dime or something. All right, we'll set that down. We'll go ahead and dig them up together. Oh, it has a big root. Unfortunately, there's a lot of these are maple trees, so they have a very robust root system. All right, just gonna pop that up. All right, let's do this one. Then we'll come back and get the machine and check them all together. It'll make it a little bit easier for me. All right, I've probably got that one. And same here. All right, excellent. All right, let's listen to this one. Might still be in the hole, but we have the pinpointer today with batteries. Same there. Yeah, still in the hole. They're all 3 in the hole, but we'll try to get it with the pinpointer. Let's go ahead and pull this out first. Hopefully there's no razor blades in there. We know what razor blades are like, don't we? On a few of those. I think it's going to be full of iron. Something huge. Whatever that is. And of course, it's a big root. I'm going to have to turn the camera off and I'll dig this up and show you what it is as soon as I get it out. Because there's a bunch of roots and stuff and a big, there's a rock there too. All right, this is what was in this hole. There was a giant piece of iron. It looks like a tool of some sort, although I'm not sure what it might be. If you have any idea, let me know. That's what we were hearing, I guess, with the pinpointer. And there's this tiny little thing, which is another gear. That could be out of a clock or a watch, I suppose. That might have been the squeak we were hearing. And then, of course, this was in there too. That's what we heard with the pinpointer. That was so big. All right, didn't hear anything else in the hole, so I'll go ahead and fill this one in, and we'll move over to that one. Maybe there'll be a good wheat penny over there for us. This is that second hole, and I already went ahead and took some more dirt out of it since it was buried more, and I can see some iron right here. So that might be what we were hearing. Yeah, that's a buckle. A little iron buckle of some sort. That could be off a harness. It's not like a belt buckle that someone would wear because, you know, there's this big bar across it would be a little bit uncomfortable. A harness buckle from like horse, a harness or mule or whatever. Went ahead and dug this out too, so we didn't have to spend a lot of time on it. And this is what was in the hole. This is iron. It looks hand forged to me. I'd say it's definitely some type of tool. That looks almost like a blade of some sort there, so it could be some type of woodworking tool, masonry tool, I would suspect. I think it's probably all that was in the hole. Well, let's see what that was. No, that's just me. And the thing is, you got to remember too that, I mean, just the other side of the house, I found a Virginia button from the Civil War. I found tons of bullets all around here, and a lot of nice old Spanish coins and stuff from the 1700s. So, I mean, they could really be something very good in this yard. I wouldn't be surprised if we dig a mini ball or two. I've never dug any in the yard, but there's no reason they shouldn't be here because you've seen some of the pottery, and that's really old. All right, the same deal. I've gone ahead and marked 3 signals. I'll let you listen to them. There should be one right there. And that sounds pretty good. One right here. Yeah, it sounded better a minute ago. I'm also swinging the machine left-handed right now, so it's a little bit harder for me. Yeah, right underneath there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab the shovel and dig them up. And then we'll take a look at them together before I get them out of the ground, hopefully. All right, all 3 holes are dug. I dug giant plugs this time. So I think it might be more exciting for you guys to be able to see it right when I see it. Although I think I already see that thing and it's not very good. But let's check this one first. All right, right on the top. What do you think it is? Any idea? All right, I'm gonna put the loop right here, and what we'll do is we'll just break some of this off and wave it in front. All right, shake it up just a little bit. No, not in there. Good. So probably fell out. I would imagine it's going to be one of those little wheat pennies because it's not very big. Well, that's a nail. That's like a cut nail right there, and I know that's not what the signal we heard. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. Yeah, see, that's gonna be a penny, isn't it? There it is. Look. I think it's a wheatie at least. I hope. Yeah, it's a wheat penny. You can see it says 1 cent. You see the sheaves of wheat on the side. I don't know what the date's gonna be. Let me go ahead and rub that a little bit, and I'll show you what the date is. Got it all cleaned off good, and it's actually a 1944, so that's a war penny. That's pretty cool. I like that. And keep in mind, did you notice, and when I dug that, I dug a nail in the exact same hole. That's why it's important to have a good discriminator on your machine, or at least for me, it's as equally important, if not more important, than having a metal detector that goes real deep. You always hear people saying, I need to go deeper, I need to get a deeper machine, and it's not always the case. Sometimes you just need to have a better discriminator to find stuff. So, all right, one more. I was just telling you about discriminators. We got a piece of iron in this other hole. We'll just scoot on over here since we're here. I saw it when I dug it up. I haven't picked it up yet, but yeah, these little iron rings like that, they go off of like horse equipment or equipment for plowing. They give really good signals because they're round. It will fool almost any metal detector. Looking in a clod of dirt, I'm seeing all kinds of little pieces of brick or pottery. That looks like some pieces of coal right there, so we'll keep looking. I can't believe how sandy this is. It's kind of unusual for this area. A lot of clay right on this farm. I don't know if you noticed or not, but you see there's a lot of green moss in their yard. And the reason for that is this big tree that I'm standing under. It's a maple tree, and it gets a very, very dense leaf cover, so the light can't get through in the summertime, and the grass dies, so the moss comes up. Well, the moss starts growing. 3 signals over here I wanted to show you. I think there's one right here somewhere, I thought. Maybe that's that one. There's so much bark down here now I can't tell anymore. No. All right, well, let's just go down here. I want to show you something. Was that one? Yeah, there's one there. See this rock right here? I'm going to tell you a story about that rock. That is, I'm trying to get out of the wind so it doesn't make a lot of noise. That's what they call a stepping stone. And that rock was used by people to get on horses. So you get your horse saddled up and you bring it along here, and you could stand up on that rock right there, and it would make it so much easier to get up in the saddle. Especially for people who were not very strong, or women who were riding side saddle or whatever and had to get up there in a dress, or old people. That's what that is. That's an actual stone for getting on a horse. All right, this is the first one. Oh, by the way, these are peonies that are coming up right there. They're just starting to come up. That means spring is on its way. First signal, I'm gonna go ahead and dig that with a shovel, and then we'll turn the camera on, and this one too. And the third one's right up there. I just saw it again, so I'll go ahead and dig that one up, and we'll look at it together. We'll just start with the one up in the yard, and it was a horseshoe, I do believe, that I was hearing, or half of a horseshoe. I didn't get any other signals in the hole. I already kind of checked it when I dug the hole. So that's it for there. We'll cover that one in. The stepping stone down here. This is what I found there. I hit it with a shovel. It looks almost like a piece of jewelry or something, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little piece of jewelry of some kind. Unfortunately, those rocks made it very difficult for me to get to. And it was down there quite a ways. I'll cover that up a little bit better. Let's go grab this piece here. I haven't dug it up yet. Well, I dug it up, but I haven't looked at it because it's in that clod. All right, let's listen. Shh. Yep, it's right in here. I'll try to shake it free in case it's a razor blade. All right. Ah, good. It's in the loose dirt. You see it? I don't see it yet. Nope. Okay, let's go ahead and do the handful stuff. I think I just saw it right there. Yep. All right, what is that? That's lead. That's a piece of folded lead of some kind. That's kind of interesting. Maybe there's a message written on it from Jeb Stewart. You think? And we'll look at that closer in a few minutes. Okay, I'll go ahead and get these holes covered back up, and we'll try a different spot. There was an old garage right up on the hill here that's gone. I've never looked around it, but there might be some silver coins there. But they tore it down in like the 1960s, so they may not be that old. So I went up to the garage area, which is just behind me, and I dug a lot of chunks of iron, which I got pretty bored with pretty quick, naturally. And then I remembered this structure down here I thought would be worth looking at. Well, when I say structure, it's like a foundation or a dip in the ground. Probably a little bit hard for you to see, but see this dip? I think there was a building there of some sort back in the day. And so I went ahead and I just dug a hole down, and I'm getting all kinds of iron and stuff out of there. I haven't really gone over it to see what everything is, but I did see some little sheet pieces of iron. And I'm down about 1.5 feet and still digging nice dark dirt, so that's been disturbed for sure. I think we ought to go ahead and check it out. What do you think? I've always wanted to do this. I don't know why I never have, but today's a good day to do it. So there's lots of pieces of brick and stuff in here. There's some brick, just some rocks and stuff. But over in here, I heard some nice squeaks. Could just be flat pieces of iron, but oh, there's some bone. Look, nice little piece of bone. And right in here somewhere. Yeah, I think there's a few things in here. I don't know if they're going to be any good. Probably bottle caps. Down 1.5 feet. I don't know if you can hear the railroad. There it is right there. Yeah, that's a big piece of iron. I'm sure that's probably what we were just hearing. Yeah, that's no good. A little something right there. It could be that flat piece of iron too. Nope. Is that it? Nope. Might still be in the, no, that's right there. Yeah, another piece of that. It's probably like a bucket or something. You can see there's some rivets right there. It's probably part of a bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and dig this out a little bit more, and see if there's like a whole crate of mini balls down there, because you never know, there could be. There's definitely stuff in here. Okay, mostly just getting chunks of that tin out of there, and that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this one up, because I have another place I want to go look at real quick. You know what they say, even a blind hog finds an acorn every now and then, or a Civil War bullet. I just moved from that little foundation where I was finding a lot of junk and dug a piece of iron on the way over. And I got a signal here in the rocks, and after about 10 minutes of pounding away at the rocks, I found something good. A Civil War bullet, I do believe. I haven't touched it yet. I'm gonna look. Hey, by the way, that's where the hogs are that I just showed you, that chewed up the field in my hospital pain bullet video. Let's go see if that really is a bullet. I'm pretty sure it is. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. I know I saw one in here. Yeah, right there, look. You think it's a bullet? That's a 3-ring mini ball right there. Yes, indeed. That's a Civil War 3-ring mini ball that has been dropped. It's got a nice mold seam on it, so that could very well be Confederate. It's not 100% Confederate necessarily, but it's a strong likelihood. Nice. We'll have to keep looking around here. This is the first bullet I've actually found in their yard, even though we're slightly out of the yard now. We did it! That's where I dug the bullet. I'm going to leave that uncovered for a few minutes as a marker for me. I've been digging a lot of iron in here, some junk. Try not to get run over, but I have a decent signal right here at the shovel that I wanted you to listen to before I dig it. It's reading a little bit higher than I like to see it on the meter, but it sounds better than anything I've dug in a while. There we go. Hopefully that got it. I don't think it did though. No. Alright, that doesn't sound too bad. I'll get the pinpointer out. Try to pinpoint it. Right in the middle. Should be easy enough to find. Hope it's not another big piece of iron. I find a lot of iron. I don't see anything yet, do you? Oh, there's no razor blades. That looks like iron there. Yeah, that's iron. Ah, that's what we're hearing. That strap stuff. Alright, what do you think it is? Doesn't look terribly old. I'd imagine they nailed that into the side of a building as a hanger of some sort. But you can see it's got a round nail, so we know that's not Civil War era. That's, you know, late 1800s or later. Oh well, I was hopeful. I thought I was reading a little too high. Next time. So I ended up right back to where I dug that one bullet. I looked in that whole area and that's the only one. But when I was digging just above it, I started hitting some brick and ash and stuff. So I started digging in there and I've been working on that for about half an hour. I haven't found anything really interesting, but I am going to come back and dig this out some more. This is the hole. That's where I dug the bullet there. And there's, what's that? That's melted glass. I think this could be where the old house stood before that house, or at least where they pushed the remains of it if it burned. And it might be and this might be a good indication that it burned. That's melted glass. And I'm finding a lot of bricks. That's a nice old brick, and square nails, lots of square nails too. So I'm thinking that's exactly what happened here. And it might be worth digging out some more, although like I said, I found nothing except iron and you know, just nails and stuff. So yeah, let me show you the soil profile because I think that's important here. I see that the sun's so bright, I know it's hard to see, but you can see this layer between here and here. It's lighter than the rest, and it's all kinds of stuff mixed in. And this is mostly mortar from a house. This is like where they would do the lath work inside. You know, soft mortar for the walls and stuff. So this layer right here, that's why I think they might have pushed the house over here or just dumped it over this hill to kind of fill it in. That's what I'm thinking. You can see it clearly right here too. It's the layer right through here. It's all kinds of bricks and stuff mixed in as well. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. We found a few things. Well, I'll put the stuff out here so you can look at it. One bullet. So that's pretty good though. I'm happy with that. So before I left, I came down here to the spring to kind of wash my hands and face a little bit and cool off a little because the water's really nice. That's their spring right there. You can see where it goes up under. There's like a cave that goes up in there, and the water runs out into the spring house, and that's where they would put their milk and keep their milk cool in the summertime. I already showed you this, but I'll just show you real quick for those of you who have not been around a while. See the water coming in, that's the spring water, and this trough that goes around is where they would put the big milk cans to keep it cool. Ooh, look at a giant spider. Look at that thing. Wow. And they put the milk cans in here, and it would be like a natural refrigerator for them. All right. We're going to come down here one day and dig around in here a little bit. Maybe do some sifting, looking for some Indian relics. But the reason I brought all this up is because as I was walking back up the path, I can see a new hole here that didn't used to be there, and it's like a groundhog hole, but it looks like it opens up into a cave. So I went and got my flashlight and came back down. And this is the path right here that the farmers would have used over the centuries to get up to the house, right through the rocks here. And I noticed this hole. Look at that. There's a cave in there. That's a hole. When I got my flashlight, this is from Through Night, which is a, they actually sponsor my channel, but let me show you this cool little flashlight. I'm not sure what model that is. BM12 maybe? But they gave this to me for caving and stuff. But watch this when I push the light. This is kind of cool. That's on, right? That's kind of low light for like if you're camping and stuff and just hanging out at the tent. But watch what happens when you hold it in. That's incredible. I mean, that's almost blinding me looking at that thing. I just can't get over how different flashlights are nowadays than they used to be when I was a kid, or probably even 10 or 20 years ago. I mean, they're incredibly bright. I wish I hadn't done that because now I can't see, but let's look down in the hole. What do you see down there? It keeps going, doesn't it? Down that way. Unfortunately, I cannot see because my pupils are completely constricted right now from staring at the light. I'll have to come back a little bit later and look at that. I'm gonna try to dig this out a little bit one day. camera is like, I can see nothing out of this eye right now. I'm an idiot. I went ahead and moved the rock so we can see down in there a little bit better. And it definitely keeps going. Unfortunately, I can see this water right there though. So if there is a big cave, you might not be able to get through it. We'll come back though. I'm gonna come back and dig this out. Cause I can move. Look at that old pottery right there. Look at that. That's all redware. We're gonna come back and dig these rocks out of here. And cause that's big enough to get through for sure, as long as it's not flooded. Awesome. Getting kind of windy, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day because I don't know how it's affecting this camera. But let me go ahead and show you what we found. Not too much, but I got a lot of iron today, and I always do find a lot of iron on this farm. Nothing too interesting. That's a cog off of something, I guess. And let's just look at the good stuff, I suppose. I have one Civil War mini ball. Got 2 wheat pennies that are a war period. I believe both of them were. And the nickel. That's not war period, but that's, you know, a 5-cent piece from, I forget what the date was on that. I think this is out of a clock or something. I'm not positive. This looks like it's probably electrical off a car or something. Almost think that's a piece of jewelry, but I'm not 100%. It looks more like a pull tab. But that does almost look like a design to me of some sort. And a little cog. Like I said, a bunch of those. Some nice square nails. Look how that's a spade. Got a spade end on it. Huh, that's kind of cool. All right, so that's about it. I hope you enjoyed our little adventure. I'm going right up the road here. There's a girl that I went to, well, I've known since grade school, and she invited me to come up and look around her farm one day, and I'm going to go up there and talk to her now, and hopefully we'll get out there maybe next week or so and make some videos on her farm. I think she might have an old well. At least I'm hoping so. We'll see you later, alligator.